Happy Acoustic Tuesday, friends. Matt with Eddie's Guitars coming to you, as always, from St. Louis, Missouri. And ahoy ye mateys to Tony, Noah, and Levi. Thanks for having me back again for another segment of Ask Matt. We have a very worthy question today that comes in from JP Limehouse. He asked 12 fret versus 14 fret neck joints. What's the difference and why? Great question, and one that I would certainly love to address. And right off the bat, there's probably a glaringly obvious difference between a 14 fret neck joint and a 12 fret neck joint. The fingerboard access that you have comfortably at your reach there. Of course, a 12 fret guitar, the body comes in here right at the 12th fret. This is a very, very traditional design, the way flat top acoustic guitars were built for many, many years. And of course, in the late 20s, early 30s, the 14 fret neck joint became more a thing of the norm. And of course, obviously, you have two extra frets here that are easily accessible on the fingerboard. But beyond those obvious differences, there are some key elements to keep in mind from a both a sound and a playability standpoint. On a 14 fret guitar, the body is kind of a certain size, and it's relatively compact, not quite as elongated as a 12 fret guitar. So you tend to get a little bit more focus out of the sound of the guitar. That makes it great for fingerstyle for sure, but really makes it great for anything that you want a little higher access on the neck as well. No doubt about that. There's some pretty cool things happening, if you ask me, on a 12 fret guitar though. Because this body is elongated, the bridge of the guitar actually sits further back into the gut of the guitar towards the lower bouts than what the 14 fret neck will give you. The X brace of the guitar, where the X brace meets, I should say, sits right around in this area here. And this bridge is physically further away from that center of the X brace. That's very important to the design of the guitar, as the further you get that bridge away from the X, the more influence that break angle has transmitting energy into the top of the guitar and exciting the top of the guitar. What all that means is basically you tend to have, if all other things are as equal as possible, you tend to have a little bit easier response out of a 12 fret guitar like this, because it's further away, more in a kind of a sweet spot in the top of the guitar, which is pretty neat. From a sound standpoint, you usually get a little bit broader voice, a little less focus to the individual notes than what a 14 fret guitar will give you. This will give you a little broader sound. I like to say a little bit breathier sound as well, with usually a little bit more bottom end happening there in the mix of the guitar as well. In fact, we've been selling a good deal of 12 fret kind of triple O size guitars, just like this beautiful Santa Cruz here, to folks that maybe are more accustomed to a dreadnought guitar but don't want that big long reach out in front of them, nor the body depth that is typically associated with a dreadnought guitar. The reason why this would be a good choice for flat picking and even really strong rhythm is because of the elongated body, because of the bridge placement in relation to where that X brace falls under the top of the guitar. So certainly some design differences there. Certainly no right or wrong. It really boils down to a matter of personal preference. Both can be used for just a wide variety of different styles of music, as just in particular a 12 fret triple O or a 14 fret OM or triple O. Both very versatile guitars, just a matter of how much focus do you want to that sound, how much bass response do you want out of that sound. So, JP, again, thank you very much for the question. We certainly appreciate it. And as always, if you have a question of your own, do not hesitate to leave it in the comments below. Put hashtag AskMatt, put your question afterwards, and we will address it in a following episode on Acoustic Tuesday. And until then, party on.